This, if you're a fan like me, you'll agree that Dad's Army is among the best sitcoms ever. So do you want to join me today? Grab a chair, sit by the campfire, and relive this great show together. We'll travel through the entire cast, past and present, reminiscing about those who have left us and celebrating those who still shine. Are you ready? Let's dive in and rekindle some incredible memories. Ian Lavender plays the character Private James Spike in a sitcom when he was 22 in 1968. See, at 77 years old, he's living a fulfilling life with a passion right here in Birmingham, England.
That's my tenderfoot. That's knots and splices. First aid, fire making, and that one's elementary tracking.
Get them
a scarf to cover the rest, and I went up to the then wardrobe in BBC and picked out this scarf, because it was Aston Villa.
Bill Pertwee played the character Chief Warden Hodges in the sitcom when he was 42 in 1968. Sadly, on May 27, 2013, he left us due to natural causes at 86 in Truro, Cornwall, England. We're deeply saddened by his passing.
Vicar's office, and he gives me permission to hang my hat in here any time I choose. He wants to get some service in, don't he? And another thing, I've got a lecture in here tonight, so keep your voice down.
Remember, and they said, he's got an invisible rope on him. You pull the rope in when you think he's had enough doing, and you see the look in his eyes. I said, yeah, I know, I've worked with him before. And sure.
Arthur Lowe played the character Captain George Mainwaring in the sitcom when he was 53 in 1968. Sadly, on April 15, 1982, he left us due to a stroke at 66 in Birmingham, England. We're deeply saddened by his passing.
On Sunday. We've been discussing this for weeks, Wilson.
Oh, yes, of course we have, yes.
What do you think of it?
What about think of what?
My hat, of course.
What? Oh, yeah.
And when I say that half of us are dead anyway, and the other half are too old to jump over the fences anymore, I said, look.
Clive Dunn played the character Lieutenant Corporal Jack Jones in the sitcom when he was 48 in 1968. Sadly, on November 6, 2012, he left us due to complications from an operation at 92 in Faro, Portugal. We're deeply saddened by his passing.
Is the scream. That certainly puts the wind up the enemy, and that is performed by taking a deep breath in the lung and...
92, John Laurie, Arnold Ridley, now Clive, but just don't want anyone to want to go, any friend to go.
Wendy Richard played the character Edith Parrish in the sitcom when she was 27 in 1970. Sadly, on February 26, 2009, she passed away of natural causes at 65 in Harley Street, London, England. We're deeply saddened by her passing.
Full of himself, that's the only way of putting it.
Well, they come twice last week to see 40 Little Mothers with Eddie Cantor. Then they come again last night to see Shipyard Sally with Gracie.
And I asked Paul, and we've named her, because all my dogs have been named after icons, and she's named after your alter ego, Lily Savage.
She said, Paul.
John Lee Mesurier played the character Sergeant Arthur Wilson in the sitcom when he was 56 in 1968. Sadly, on November 15, 1983, he left us due to natural causes at 71 in Ramsgate, UK. We're deeply saddened by his passing.
Terrible noise. What on earth's going on out there?
Bayonet practice.
Oh, I see. Well, couldn't they do it just a little bit more quietly?
Well, of course they can't do it quietly. This is action, Wilson.
Oh, I see.
Action with a capital A.
Is that what it is?
I have a tree somewhere which is lurking about somewhere in some drawer that I haven't taken out recently. I suppose...
John Laurie played the character Private James Fraser in the sitcom when he was 71 in 1968. Sadly, on June 23, 1980, he left us due to emphysema at 83 in Buckinghamshire, England. We're deeply saddened by his passing.
Medal from the Shackleton expedition.
Really?
A wild and lonely place it was. And nothing for the eye to behold but ice and snow.
Edward Sinclair played the character Virgil Morris Sheetman in the sitcom when he was 54 in 1968. Sadly, on August 29, 1977, he left us due to natural causes at 63 in Somerset, England. We're deeply saddened by his passing.
Scene? We don't want a scene, do we?
No. No, of course not. Surely. Make that a single, will you?
Harold Bennett played the character Mr. Blewett in the sitcom when he was 71 in 1969. Sadly, on September 11, 1981, he left us due to natural causes at 82 in London, England. We are deeply saddened by his passing.
I don't want any excuses, Jones. A parade is a parade. We should be on time, you know.
Yes, I've put your pound of sausage in the right-hand drawer of your desk, as usual.
Yes, thank you, Jones.
Arnold Ridley played the character Private Charles Godfrey in the sitcom when he was 72 in 1968. Sadly, on March 12, 1984, he left us due to natural causes at 88 in Hillingdon, London, England. We're deeply saddened by his passing.
Sir, and I didn't want to upset you by appearing bare-breasted.
You wouldn't have upset me, I can assure you.
They come up quite nicely, haven't they?
Frank Williams played the character Reverend Timothy Farthing in the sitcom when he was 38 in 1969. Sadly, on June 26, 2022, he left us due to natural causes at 90 in London, England. We are deeply saddened by his passing.
Here as umpires to see fair play. Drive out, Mr. Hodges. Get well up.
James Beck played the character Private Joe Walker in the sitcom when he was 39 in 1968. Sadly, on August 6, 1973, he left us due to pancreatitis at 44 in London, England. We're deeply saddened by his passing.
So I said, well, I don't know, I'll see what I can do. So I gets on the blower. I gets on the blower to a friend of mine, and he was very grateful. He gave me this, a kiss on both cheeks and 10
Colin Bean played the character Private Sponge in the sitcom when he was 42 in 1968. Sadly, on June 20th, 2009, he left us due to cancer at 83 in Wigan, England. Okay, let's chat. Who is your favorite character in Dad's Army? Please comment and share interesting things below this video. And as always, show some love. Hit the like button, subscribe to know more, and hit the bell to never miss my new content. I can't wait to create more wonderful memories with you. Thanks so much and stay tuned for more. See you again as soon as possible.